Hello everyone, Jul here. JRPG is one of the most popular subgenres in the RPG market, and looking at the growth of its community, there's a lot of players that probably doesn't know some amazing games that came out years ago, especially the underrated one. With that in mind, I decided to make some recommendation for some of the best underrated JRPGs that's still worth playing even today. And knowing that there's a lot of amazing titles in this genre, this video will act as the part 1 of the series. Speaking of amazing titles, of course there's no use of knowing what games to buy if you don't have the money to buy it. I mean, let's be real, gaming has become more and more expensive lately, to the point that it just makes our lives more and more miserable. Thankfully, instant gaming has offered one of the most helpful solutions in this modern era, and that is tons of crazy discounts and completely secure transaction, which I don't know if it could get any better than that. All you have to do is just access my link in the description below, create your own ID, and start searching for your favorite games. It's that simple. By using my link, you are not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. God Eater 3 takes cues from Monster Hunter's successful formula by offering a streamlined yet exhilarating experience of hunting down massive creatures with oversized weapons. The combat in this game is fast-paced and dynamic, with a focus on action rather than the sometimes tedious aspects of tracking and trapping found in similar games. This streamlined approach ensures that players can dive straight into the heart of the action without unnecessary obstacles. Vandal Hearts 2 introduces an interesting twist to its gameplay with the dual battle system, where the AI can make moves during your turn, which adds a layer of real-time action to the battles. While this system generally works well, it can sometimes lead to frustrating situations where you have to waste moves to manipulate the AI's actions. But despite this, the core experience remains intact and still offers engaging strategic gameplay. The Last Remnant's battlefield deviates from traditional JRPG turn-based setups, with enemies and unions scattered around. Players must strategically plan which enemies to engage to avoid being surrounded, and as unions and enemies interact on the battlefield, different scenarios unfold, such as deadlocks when they meet head-on, or flanks when an enemy attacks a union already in a deadlock. Therefore, utilizing these interactions to your advantage is essential for overcoming challenging battles, as the game presents formidable enemies to test your skills. The battle system in Radiant Historia deviates from the standard turn-based RPG formula by introducing visible enemies on the battlefield. Players can choose to engage or evade enemies, which adds an element of strategy to encounters. And once in battle, both parties are positioned on two 3x3 grids, allowing for tactical maneuvering and coordination. With that in mind, strategies such as knocking enemies into each other for combo attacks and managing turn order become essential for survival, which makes battles engaging and strategic. While Resonance of Fate may fall short in delivering a satisfying story, its unique combat system takes center stage. Unlike traditional RPGs, Resonance of Fate revolves around guns and grenades rather than magic or special attacks, and despite the initial confusion, the combat system rewards players who take the time to understand its intricacies. Moreover, the game's forgiving retry system allows for multiple attempts at tough fights, which maintains tension and action throughout. Final Fantasy VI is set in a world oppressed by a ruthless empire, with the story following a band of rebels uniting to challenge their tyrannical overlords. And throughout the journey, you'll meet a diverse cast of characters, each contributing to the overarching narrative as players uncover the truth behind the disappearance of magic in the world and confront the forces seeking to control it. While the game still doesn't have a remake till this day, Final Fantasy VI still promises an unforgettable Odyssey filled with intrigue, drama, and discovery. In Skies of Arcadia, the battle system introduces a couple of unique features that add depth to the gameplay. Firstly, there's a spirit bar displayed at the top of the screen, which measures your party's spirit. You can charge the spirit bar by either focusing or refraining from using moves that require spirit. Secondly, each character can change the element of their main weapon during battle. This not only allows for dealing more damage to enemies weak against certain elements, but also facilitates learning spells.
That was easy.
Grandia 2 showcases its mastery of combat systems, which sets the game apart with its dynamic and engaging mechanics. While it's similar to the active time system from the Final Fantasy series, it introduces several innovations that elevate the experience. Unlike traditional RPGs, where characters simply stand opposite their opponents, movement plays a crucial role in this game. While automatic for the most part, players can strategically manipulate which targets their character's attack, especially with melee strikes and when utilizing area effect spells and skills. Although Suikoden Tierkreis brings noticeable changes compared to its predecessors, the game remains a compelling experience, especially for fans of anime culture and younger gamers familiar with titles like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Moreover, the game also features vibrant in-game animated cinematics, over-the-top voice acting, and a narrative tailored to appeal to a broader audience. And while these changes have a mixed reviews for longtime fans, they serve to streamline the Suikoden experience for DS players. While the story in The Legend of Nayuta may follow typical JRPG tropes, its strength lies in its well-developed characters. And like many games in the Trail series, the NPCs are fleshed out with dynamic dialogue that evolves with the plot. Moreover, engaging with the locals not only adds depth to the world, but also strengthens your bond with them. Completing side quests for the peoples of the islands also further enriches this connection, which often sends you on adventures in search of rare items. Xenosaga Episode 3 is a JRPG that offers a solid gameplay experience that will keep players engaged for around 30 to 35 hours. Some returning features like segment addresses and collectible data files add depth to exploration, while the inclusion of a lemming-style puzzle game also provides a refreshing challenge. Moreover, after completing the game, players can revisit cutscenes and unlock swimsuit character models, although these features offer little additional value beyond completion.
I'm trembling.
Tales of Graces F introduces a combat system that diverges from traditional turn-based mechanics, opting instead for a real-time approach centered around artist special attacks. As you learn more special attacks, battles become increasingly intense, resembling more of a fighting game than a traditional RPG. That being said, with 4 power-up party members, the battles become even more frenetic, encouraging players to master a complex array of special moves. Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus offers an enhanced experience of the original game that was released on the PS Vita. The game follows a group of characters in a small town with supernatural phenomena, which divided into several chapters. Each chapter allows for free exploration and side activities at the beginning, followed by dungeon crawling, investigation, and more free time. As for the combat mechanics, they are straightforward hack-and-slash action, with a combo string and special attacks utilizing resource bars. If you're a fan of traditional turn-based JRPGs, Lost Odyssey is a game that you don't want to miss. The game's world offers various locations to explore, ranging from bustling towns to intricate dungeons. What sets this game apart, however, is its narrative experience. In addition to the main storyline, the game also includes short stories that are scattered throughout the game. These stories add depth to the characters and the world they inhabit, which enhance the immersion of your experience. Final Fantasy XII is definitely one of the most underrated titles in the franchise. The story is decent at best, but if you look at the overall content, the game actually offers one of the best semi-MMORPG experiences in the whole JRPG scene. As if that wasn't enough, the Zodiac Age Edition makes it even better. With subtle tweaks like new audio, speed options, and additional content, players are treated to a revitalized journey that can span over 100 hours. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are probably other underrated JRPGs that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best underrated JRPGs that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!